relate to higher education. We have $1.3 trillion of student loan debt. Is that going to affect possibly how our young people look at risk and innovation? And then second, what do you see in terms of the horizon of disruptive innovation in terms of higher education, post-secondary education? Thank you.
Well, I could spend a long time on this, but let me, so yes, it certainly would be my thesis that if you graduate with large amounts of debt, you will take a conventional, better paying job that may, however, get you on a, maybe much less innovative in terms of where it directs you, and so that the debt itself becomes another deadweight barrier to the sorts of innovations our society desperately needs more of. Innovation in education is I think always, there's definitely a lot of different businesses that look at this in Silicon Valley. I'm somewhat skeptical of a lot of the business models, and I think the challenge comes down to correctly defining what sort of a good education is. And it often gets talked about as education as learning. You can think, or is it, is it an investment good where you invest in education and then you get a better paying job or you learn things? So is it an investment good? Is it a consumption good where college is a four-year party? And when I first started talking about this, I thought it was a combination of an investment and a consumption good, like the housing bubble. He bought a big house with a swimming pool to see how much I'm saving for my retirement. So when people conflate investment and consumption, you make some big mistakes. I now think that it's actually a conflation of two somewhat different goods. I think it is it's a conflation of insurance, where people are spending a lot of money so they don't fall through the cracks in our society. So it's driven more by fear than by hope. So it's not an investment good, but an insurance good. That's what people think they're getting. And then the reality is that it's a tournament. And so if you were the president of Stanford or Harvard or Columbia, and if you wanted to get a lynch mob of students, alumni, and faculty to come after you, what you would do is give a speech that would say something like the following: we have this great educational institution, people are learning so much from it, the world's gotten to be a bigger place, there's more globalization, and so we're going to triple our students gradually over the next 20 years, triple the enrollment. And people would revolt because so much of the value of their good comes from exclusion. And what you're really running is a Studio 54 nightclub with a big velvet rope and very few people allowed in. And the more exclusionary it becomes, the more valuable it becomes the people who get in. And the big fraud, it's worse than the housing bubble where you conflated investment and consumption. You're conflating insurance and tournament. If we thought of an inner city context, okay, you should practice to become a basketball player. That's the way you will be insured against falling through the cracks in our society. It's crazy in an inner city context. And that sort of a conflation leads to a fraud of the highest order.